examine the magic portal. It would be risky to interfere with it without understanding it. You should describe it to groundskeeper Vern. Maybe he's figured out where those plants came from by now.
Those plants you collected for me earlier were listed as native to the world known as Weirwood. If the goblins are coming through a magic portal, then it stands to reason that they are from Weirwood as well. A student from Weirwood came to the tournament. Beatrice Wildwing, I think her name was. Maybe you've met her. Maybe you can ask her if she knows anything about this magic portal. I'd hate to think she was responsible, but best to check.
What's that? A magic portal? From my world? It can't be! From what you described, the plant is wild viridian. It grows native to Weirwood, where I come from. The goblins like to use it as a seasoning, so they plant it wherever they go. If it's here on Wysteria, it's their doing. A goblin portal is dangerous to meddle with, but I know of an incantation that can close it, never to return. We'll need some ingredients for the incantation, and those can be found in the Merchant Street, here in Pigswick Academy. Here's a list of ingredients. Visit the merchants listed and return to me when you have the items on my list.
Beatrice copies a list of ingredients from her spell book and gives it to you. Some of these items seem a little strange.
A spindle of enchanted thread, spun from fog and spiderweb? I have that right here.
A crystal? Made of the dried tears of a cyclops? Those were on special this week.
Rainbow ink from a sky squid. You're in luck. The shipment from Wysteria just came in.
adamant metal filings? Sure, I have that laying around. I usually throw it back in the kiln to melt again.
A flask of breath caught from a night gaunt? I'm pretty sure I have one somewhere. You're welcome to it.
Hey there, little wizard. Fancy meeting you here. Looks like you're out to broaden your educational horizons, eh? If you got a moment to spare, I'd appreciate a little help. No trouble to you, though. I'm looking for some plants native to these here parts. A species of flower called the wallflowers. They're a shy and retiring sort of flower. They'll hang close to walls throughout all of Wysteria. If you could find them all and return to me when you know where they are, I'd be mighty grateful.
There, that should do it. Bad news. I looked at my spell book and I realized I have the ingredients for the ritual, but I don't have the incantation. They should have a copy of it at the library here in Pigswick Academy. Could you go to the library and get it? I think the librarian is named Hugo Chatterley. Tell him it's of utmost importance.
An incantation to dispel a goblin portal? That's not exactly the sort of spell we let new students meddle with. That's in the restricted collection. I can only release the incantation with the permission of the headmistress. Speak to Headmistress Crisp and return to me with the permission slip. It's but a formality, but rules are rules. You know, it occurs to me that as a visiting student, you haven't received any instruction in the history of this school. Rather than chew your ear with a boring lecture, I recommend seeking out part of the 4-book series The Pigswick Papers. This fine set of volumes will illuminate the darkness, stoke the imagination, and set you on a path of higher learning. Inconveniently, these works are spread throughout Wysteria, so you will have to keep your eyes open for them.
What's this? I send you to help Captain O'Hare, and the next I hear from you, you're talking about dispelling goblin portals? Very well then. I'm getting a clear picture of how Ambrose runs his school. And believe me, it's not a pretty picture. Take this back to Chatterley and tell him he's to help you to the best of his abilities. Is that all?
Headmistress Crisp hands you a permission slip for you to access the incantations book that you need.
I understand from your Ravenwood transcripts that you're quite a detective, willing to help solve mysteries. We have a slight problem here in Pigswick's Merchant Street. Someone has spent some false gold, illusions cast on pebbles. Speak with the merchants affected, Oliver Quickneedle, Ophelia Moonreach, and Geoffrey Spellsmith, to find the guilty party.
Excellent. I took the liberty of copying the incantation you need while you were speaking with Headmistress Crisp. Use it with caution.
Hugo Chatterley hands you a strip of parchment paper with the incantation written carefully upon it.
Wonderful! I hope it wasn't any trouble. If you're the only one who has permission to enter Pegasus Place, you'll have to perform the incantation yourself. Just take the items you collected from the merchants and the incantation you got from the library and follow the instructions. You should check in with groundskeeper Vern before you do anything. He should know what to expect if it goes badly. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I hope.
You came back? Don't you realize this place is doomed? You brought a means of dispelling the magic portal? And all of the ingredients? Let me see that. There is a problem. The final ingredient in the spell requires the soul stone of the leader of the goblin horde. The goblins have spoken fearfully of Lord Graustark. I suspect that whoever he is, he's lurking in the tower down the street. You should go and defeat this Lord Graustark and collect his soul stone, the source of his magic. Only then can you use the incantation to spell the portal. Return to me when you have done that impossible deed.